Welcome to DepEd Cavite. Our research is entitled Assessment of the Canteen Management System of the Selected Public Secondary Schools from the South Cluster, a division of Cavite. About the authors. We are from Magallanes District, and I am Neill Tirona, a Master Teacher 1 under TLE Department in Bendita National High School. My co-authors are Ms. Virginia Martal, a Head Teacher 3 under TLE Department, and also from Bendita National High School. Ms. Shirley Esguerra, a Teacher 1, also under TLE Department and from the neighboring school, Caluangan National High School. The context and rationale of our research will be discussed by Ms. Shirley Esguerra, a canteen manager.
Good day, everyone. My name is Mrs. Shirley S. Esguerra, a canteen manager of Caluangan National High School, Magallanes, Cavite, South Cluster. The context and rationale of our study comprises the following. 1. The canteen's purpose to deliver quality services. This entails expectation of our clientele to deliver an excellent services, both external and internal. This means to the students and to the school administration. 2. The difficulties encountered in the management processes of canteens. Over the years, reports coming from different districts that the canteens are having perennial problems in terms of their operations and financial management system. 3. The status and condition of school canteens management system. With this, our team became curious in understanding the status and condition of each school canteen in terms of management system. 4. The assessment of canteen management practices. Finally, we had arrived with the assessment on the day-to-day practices of canteen, not only in the Magallanes district, but also in the selected public secondary schools in South Cluster. To give a closer look, the research question, scope, and limitations will be presented to you by my co-researcher, Mrs. Virginia P. Martal, Head Teacher 3 of Bendita National High School.
Good day to all of us. This is Virginia P. Martal for the research question. The goal of this study was to determine the canteen management efficacy as perceived by parent association officers, technology and livelihood education teachers, and the school heads and principals in the selected public secondary schools from the South Cluster in the division of Cavite. For the research questions, specifically, this study sought answers to the following questions. What is the level of performance of canteen operations as assessed by parents, association officers, TLE teachers, school heads, and principals? Is there significant difference between the responses in canteen management performance as perceived by parents, association officers, TLE officers, school heads, and principals? For the scope and limitation, this study was limited in the identification of the respondents' perception on the management system of canteens. The selected public secondary schools from the South Cluster in the division of Cavite and the school year 2018-2019 the focus of the study was on the management practices of a school canteen in goal setting, information dissemination, development of operational policy standards, staff training, inventory management, accounting efficiency, assessment of performance, and compliance with the legal requirements. For the methodology discussion, and conclusion will be presented by my co-researcher, Mr. Neill Tirona.
Napakay mo na ba?
Hindi pa. Kaya nga ako hindi na-ingit na iba. Tingnan kung wala na.
For methodology, this study utilized a descriptive research design where the canteen management system was assessed by three groups of stakeholders: the canteen manager and the TLE teachers, school administrators, and the parent and teacher association officers. This design capitalized on the qualitative approach, which the research used percentage, weighted mean, and one-way ANOVA. Moreover, their study used stratified random sampling technique. From the total population of 122, it was reduced to a sample size of 93 respondents using Sloven's formula, where the number of respondents was distributed according to the computed percentage of the selected schools. Finally, the Management System Questionnaire is an originally made tool wherein it underwent face validity and reliability tests using Cronbach's alpha. Results and discussion. The overall canteen management system is effective, with the overall weighted mean of 3.32. The most adhered management process complies with the legal requirements pertinent to the food safety measure and occupational health standard, with a weighted mean of 3.49. The most neglected management procedure provides adequate training and support for the canteen staff, with a weighted mean of 3.17. These results are consistent with the study of Carmen 2013. His findings assert that because SMEs by nature belong to the small-scale industries or businesses and still unstable, they have the tendency to use simple management processes and are reluctant to take additional costs for a more detailed and advanced processes. For number two, there is significant difference existed between the perceptions of the respondents. The PTA officers, TLE teachers, and school administrators had different views on the management system of canteens. In fact, the results, in consonance with the contentions of Fugret in Tirona 2014, where it points the improvement of the performance of the people in an organization is the primary purpose of an assessment. And as part of this, evaluators should be part of the operation because they are the ones who truly understand the operation. Technically, PTA officers and the school administrators have no direct involvement in the canteen operations. That is why views on the matter differ from that of the group of the TLE teachers and canteen managers. In conclusion, the researchers suggest: number one, the school head and the canteen managers could initiate the suggested training program in order to capacitate canteen staff in terms of canteen operations. Number two, canteen managers from South Clustered Schools, Division of Cavite, could identify standard operating procedures in accordance with the policies and guidelines of the Department of Education that can be adapted and contextualized according to the local needs. Number three, canteen managers are encouraged to set a working plan that includes the performance assessment of each canteen personnel in consonance with the standard operating procedures. And lastly, number four, other researchers are encouraged an in-depth validation of results with regards on the parameters of the study. And for our reference, thank you very much. And that would be all. Good day.